All right, so with the release of Black Divider Asta, I kind of want to talk about the future of the meta, and also this is going to help a bit as a kind of summoning guide for a lot of players in terms of what units will be good in probably which teams. And I mean, I think I have a pretty good idea. For a lot of people, Finral, like honestly, might be good, but maybe not like a premium pick, I guess you could say. But we're going to talk about some teams that like is actually upcoming with Finral. And if you want to use Dorothy, maybe it's a good idea to get Finral. But we're going to talk about that more so near Finral's release. And yeah, let's just kind of hop into it. So before I really get into it, there's one thing that's kind of annoyed me, and I want to get your thoughts before we actually get into the main thing. The amount of dark attackers right now, we got two. Okay, doesn't seem too crazy, but the problem is Fuego was leaked like in game when his kit was in the glossary on JP because they fucked up. He was a dark attacker, right? He was a dark attacker, and then it also seems like Raya, the third eye Raya, might also be a dark attacker. Okay, this is not confirmed, but it's either he's blue or a dark attacker. Okay, so I don't know. I just so many dark attackers when Fuego might even be the next Fest instead of Spirit of Zephyr is kind of crazy to me. I don't know because like you, oh wow, oh my, sorry, you need to run rainbow teams right on all of them. Like Fuego has the rainbow passive too, so it just kind of like annoys me a bit of how many there are, but it's very possible it can be maybe handled well, but it's gonna depend. It's just there's not enough supports to really make a variety for these dark teams because whenever you're using a dark unit, a dark DPS, it's always going to be relatively the same teams, which is a bit confusing in my eyes. Now, what I want to talk about is that Charlotte and Yami, right? We have their arts. I didn't really go over it, but we also have something kind of confirmed. And well, it is that the Yami is, well, like, I mean, there's the summer vacation coming. And they also do confirm that on the 13th, there will be an update, which I should be there for. Yeah, I should definitely be there for that. So yeah, we know that these two units should be coming technically in, well, 2 weeks time about. Pretty much confirmed now. And with the release of other units, or well, with the kits shown of other units, we could kind of get a very good idea of how these units will be used, okay? And honestly, it's looking pretty good for them. Like it is looking pretty good for these two. And that is because first of all, we're going to talk about two things. Now, Charlotte is a red supporter, so it's went from supporter to attacker back to supporter now, okay? And Yami is a red attacker. Now the big thing that I think is going to put off alarm bells for many of you with Vanessa's release is that they have a special combo, okay?
I'll use my briars to finish this quickly.
Great to see you, knuckleheads!
And obviously, we know how Vanessa is, and now combos are like pretty much the first thing most people use in the match. If not, it's a support that has the absolute silence removal skill page, right? So these two being a combo together is going to be very good for the meta if it's an AoE, right? Now, something else that does support them, I think it's in game news because Finral, yeah, so it's in game news, is that Finral on a mono red team gives 20% mobility. And this is going to allow you to play against Vanessa teams in the future, right? In terms of you being able to go first, get the AoE combo in if they do have an AoE combo, and then just go crazy with that. But even more than that, there's other things that do help him out a lot. From like the speed increase he gets to also being able to give everyone a nice speed buff, giving the attack buff, which means to me, he is meant for Yami in the future, okay? So I just want to say this Finral, in my opinion, is meant for Yami. The red Yami, the summer Yami we just saw, because you give speed, attack, crit rate, right? And then also giving a bunch of extra speed, bunch of mobility, and even giving crit damage. So I think that if we check also with the crit damage just to see KR leaks. So just to like kind of see what Yami has, right? We're going to go over this again with much more context in mind, right? So he has his own buff, Immortality, which is very good. And then just, there was a fourth thing. There's Dead Check and then Dispel. Okay, so he also has his own speed. And why this can be crazy is because it might be able to stack with Finral's speed. If it's just a percent increase, where Finral's is a level increase. So that's going to be pretty crazy. But yeah, Finral will be working good with Yami. And the thing is, Yami's red. Charlotte's red. Okay, supporter, not attacker. Charlotte's red, which I think the lifesteal might be for other units, which for Yami, if she gives lifesteal to Yami, imagine that. Yo, that could be crazy. So these two are both red. Who else is red? That's right. Dorothy is red. Okay. So we could imagine that this is going to be a team, right? This is for sure gonna be a team in the future. But that means like, is Dorothy coming out soon or not? Right, that's the main thing because they're releasing 2 red units. Are they about to release a red unit right after? It's just Dorothy's release schedule. Her timing is going to be very odd. In the grand scheme of things, so I'm just very interested. But obviously, Dorothy, we know how crazy she is. And yeah, I kind of didn't really focus on it too much because I didn't even think of it. But Dorothy's red, and the 2 others are red. So you could use Finral, Dorothy, Yami, and Charlotte. So basically, a whole new team, right? This is technically the new mono red team in a way, but with Finral, obviously. It's gonna be crazy, right? Because obviously this nightmare is going to be applying 2 level 5 debuffs total, and then you get to extend them and also spread them to the whole team, and then buff block. Okay, this buff block is probably the craziest shit. I mean, buff block on Zora is insane, but this is just there's no prerequisites. If this stays, if these leaks stay true, oh my god. Okay, so this is gonna be insane. This kit is gonna be very good, very good. Okay, very good, and I think that Dorothy is gonna be absolutely insane, right, on the Charlotte Yami team. But I'm just interested, right? Like, are they going for a cleave type of thing? What do you guys think? Is it them going? By the way, Yami's drip, fire. Way better than this. Way better than that. I'm not gonna lie. I like this design way more. And his shorts are clean. And obviously, y'all know already, right? Y'all already know. But I don't know. Like, do you think it's gonna be like a cleave combo like Licht and Raya or not? Because it doesn't necessarily need to be, right? It doesn't. It does not. Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna pull up Licht. We already know how theirs goes, but I want to pull up Fauna's, right? So Fauna's with Veto puts burn single target, it seems, and then Veto's part puts, what is it? Increased damage dealt. So for the attack. So I don't know. Would they like maybe apply like debuffs to the enemy? Like I'm very confused because it's if it was 2 attackers, I could have easily seen it be the Licht and Raya type of combo. AoE just completely blast the team, but because it's not, I'm a bit confused. But Finral, obviously, it kind of sucks for global. How I think Finral's gonna have less value because then the main attackers that are gonna come out for Finral aren't even out yet, right? So that's the unfortunate part. Mainly Black Divider, Yami, and then even more than that, you could also say Julius. Okay, now why exactly Julius? Because with his new skill page, Finral and Julius are going to be insane together, right? The reason is we're kind of just going everywhere talking about certain team comps and all that good stuff, and like maybe team comps to interest you. Reason is with the new skill page, you want to build Julius with an attack build mainly. The reason is he gets speed damage, 15% damage per 10 speed. Finral on his skill 2 gives speed, crit rate, and attack increase. So if you build Julius with a speed build with an attack build, he's gonna get the damage increase from the level 3 speed, and he's gonna make use of this attack and get the crit rate buff. So turn 1, like this is extremely powerful to even put on Julius, right? But we don't have that yet. So all these attackers, Finral can make use of. So, you know, if you're getting Finral, it's the plan for the future, essentially. So it kind of sucks. A lot of people, like, if you skip them, I wouldn't even put it past you, okay? This is a potential full skip season, unless you want to build these teams that are about to come up, right? And what's good is that Finral comes out at the same time as Yami and Charlotte, okay? Finral comes out, I think, on the 13th, and then so does Yami and Charlotte. So everyone's coming out on the 13th, okay? So we talked about that, right? But besides that, like, I mean, at this point, we already have pretty much everyone besides, like, a couple, right? Obviously, Raya, too. Raya. My guess, though, he might be, but also we did get a new buff of his, so it's basically high copy buff and high copy debuff. In my opinion, what this is going to be is basically, if I remember, hold on. What was the buff here called? Hello? All right, here it is. So copies 2 buffs. If we maybe could go in game and check Raya, like, what does it look like? So right now. All right, so yeah, basically it's gonna let you copy 3 buffs. Is basically it. But the high copy debuff is a bit worrying. Maybe it puts debuffs on the enemy. Very possible. So maybe he could be good with Dorothy, or like against Dorothy, right? So it seems like he might be good against Dorothy in the way that he copies his debuffs onto like the enemy. So yeah, we'll have to see. He might. This gives me hope that he's gonna be good in PvP. Okay, it does. It does. It really does. But as for Fuego, right? Fuego is the only other unit. His kit kind of worries me. Why is that? First of all, most fun unit I think I'm gonna have like play with in the next year maybe. The way his burn spread, very cool. The way he counterattacks and has built-in damage reduction, very cool. And he has Immo with lifesteal. Okay, I like lifesteal units and I like dot units. And if this is bringing back dot, that's great. Okay. The thing is, he has to be on a rainbow team. And that's where the problem arises, because right now there's more dark and light units, well, more dark units, if anything, releasing than anything else, okay? Because what, JP? Well, I mean, there's going to be the red units, but it seems like Yami and Charlotte have to be ran together, so they just don't count for rainbow teams, right? That's the main thing. I don't know, Fuego, like his release, he seems very fun, but it's just, how is he going to affect the meta, right? That's the main thing. He might be a skip, right? That's the problem. He might be a skip, but because he's a dark attacker, and we're getting Black Divider, right? Black Divider. So like, I don't know. Unless if this is invulnerability, then I think Fuego has a good spot in the meta. But it's just multiple rainbow teams to me kind of sucks, right? It kind of sucks. I just don't really like that type of shit, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see for sure. But yeah, I mean, Yami Charlotte, kind of just wanted to talk about it because I saw this calendar come out today. And they do seem to be very good alongside Finral and Dorothy because they'll get the mobility buff and be able to all go right away, right? Which is going to let Dorothy absolutely cook. And I'm very excited, and I think you guys should be too. So it seems like the red units, the triple red units, is going to be kind of a whole new team if you guys do want to build it in the future. Definitely consider that. But then Fuego 2 is going to be a thing, so we'll have to see how this goes. I mean, I don't really know where Raya fits into the equation. I'm very confused where Third Eye Raya is going to fit, but we have pretty much everyone else now coming, and I'm very, very excited for all this stuff. And all of these leaks have all these leaks have been true. Finral did get taunt immunity. Finral did get the speed, okay? Finral did get the speed up on his skill page passive, and he did also get, on his unique passive, he did get the mobility increase, right? It was not like Noel, but he did get mobility increase, okay? And then if we go to Black Divider, yeah. So I think the skill page like maybe was a bit off, or maybe it was just coding that had to be different. But the damage up obviously, and he had the ally check. Okay, he had the ally check, right? He had to be on different types, right? So just want to make that very clear that the leaks have been very accurate. Even Vanessa, completely accurate. So I'm just very interested in how Charlotte and Yami are going to work together. But right now, like guys, just start preparing. Maybe, I mean, if you guys want to get the like mono red team up, then I guess you're gonna summon for Finral, but that's basically it. And this one just kind of wanted to have a little quick discussion video, just kind of going over all the units and how they kind of bounce off each other. But Fuego, I'm still not sure of his place in the meta, because you know Black Divider just released and he's absolutely insane, right? He's Black Divider, right? He had a very, I don't know, he's fun. But I'm starting to like slowly hate the idea of dark units because of the oversaturation of them, apparently, if Fuego is a dark unit, okay? If Fuego's not a dark attacker, then I think this isn't a problem, but he's probably going to be one. And then if he's one, then it's going to have to make so that like a lot of supporters and all that are going to have to be a lot of different roles so that we could have multiple different teams. So we'll have to see. The unit designs are very good. It's just the color is what's worrying me. Let me know what you think. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.